Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is ISNAINI from class D4 TRKK. I am here a news reading. Those 10 minutes as giant ship was freed in Suez Canal. A nearly week-long saga to dislodge a giant container ship stuck in the Suez Canal reached an end Monday as the vessel was freed and traffic resumed. Through the vital waterway, authorities expect the operation to return to normal within days. Hundreds of vessels carrying everything from oil to livestock were forced to wait in line after the Ever Given became stuck in the canal. The accident was a stark reminder of the fragility of global trade infrastructure and threatened to further strain supply lanes already stretched by the pandemic. Horns sounded in the celebration as the container ship, which is longer than the Eiffel Tower and weighs 220 tons, limped up the canal after a painstaking operation that saw teams of tug and dragger working day and night. Salvage team used the tides and a full moon to pull the ship from deep inside the sandy bank it had smashed in the last week, amid high winds and poor visibility as part of their efforts. They shoveled 30,000 cubic meters, a million cubic feet of sand, and even removed part of the canal wall. Part of the problem was a 5-day wait for two large tugboats, according to Peter Berdowski, chief executive officer of Boskalis. Westminster, the parent company of the salvage team, were enormously helped by the strong tide, the force of nature that pushed ahead. Even harder than the two tugboats can pull, he told Dutch radio. The men were euphoric, of course, but there was a tense moment when this giant was floating freely. You need to bring the under control quickly with the tugboats before it gets stuck on the other side. We would have gone from bad to worse. Those were tense minutes. Clearing the queue of vessels might take as long as 2.5 days, with the canal operation returning to normal with a 4-day Suez Canal Authority Chairman Osama Rabia said at Monday evening press conference. The SIA is looking into incentives for vessels in line, he said, without giving details on option being considered. Container ship EIM was the first to leave the Great Bitter Lake anchored and enter the southern part of the canal, with more vessels following. There is also a land force of as many as 12 vessels entering the northern end of the canal, led by the Brilliant Barons, a heavy load carrier hailing for Singapore. Egyptian authorities were determined to get the traffic flowing again through the waterway that accounted for about 12% of world trade and about 1 million barrels of oil a day. This has been the canal long's closure since it was shut for 8 years following the 1967 Six-Day War. Responsibility for the incident will be determined after investigation, Rabi said, adding the SIA isn't a fault and the tech ship's a captain, and not the pilot was responsible for the vessel. Firms including A.P. Moller Marx and Hapag-Lloyd were forced to reroute their ship via the southern tip of Africa, which can add 2 weeks into a journey between Europe and Asia. At least one ship appeared to do a double U turn on a Monday as news for the self-flag operation emerged. Dominoes have topped the long-term impact of the Canal 10 billion per day closure will likely be small given that global merchandise trade amount to 80 trillion year, yet so many ships being thrown off schedule will ensure cargo delay for weeks if not months. The dozen or so container carriers that control most of the world ocean freight are already charging record high rates on some routes, and shortage of everything from chemical and lumber to dockside labor already bound. The dominant have been troubled. Lars Jens, chief executive of Seattle Intelligence Consulting in Copenhagen, wrote on social media over the weekend. The delay and routing which have already happened will cause ripple effect, which will be felt for several months. Campaign from IKEA to Caterpillar Inc. flag potential impact, and tens of thousands of live animals are stuck on ships in the area. Consumer goods, industrial input, and commodities from oil to coffee are caught arm in the jam, with the Asian exporter and European importer affected most directly. The block held up about 4,000 miles an hour, based on a raw calculation from load slice that suggests westbound traffic to Europe is worth around 51 billion a day, and eastbound traffic is approximately 4 or 5 billion. With assistance for Brinde Murray, Alex Longley, Abdelatif Wahba, and Mark Tech, Jack Whittle, Julian Lee, Regula Prim, and Alaric Nightingale. Thank you very much.